sure all this is up and running.
By the way, love the graphic though on your page.
Isn't that cool?
That's hilarious.
How to present like an expert without being an expert. Like you don't have
the butt, the cartoon butt.
Oh, the butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cover image is hilarious.
All right, cool. So that's up and running. Let's see.
Are people just seeing us talk right now? I saw the live one person's looking. Yeah, they're just watching us live.
Okay, cool. This is like what I can't figure out. Be Live, like it says 0 people watching, 0 reactions, but I know somebody's watching, right?
Do what?
6 people are watching.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my screen too. So
right, but Be Live says 0. So somebody comment or something so I know that the sucker's working. And then we're gonna like freak out. But whatever. Let's see. Someone asked a question. Show what happens there. Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool.
So you didn't mess it up.
I didn't mess it up. This is great.
No, you didn't.
All right, and let's just make sure the bot is spamming everybody so they all want to join in. Broadcasting. Okay, yeah, it's working now. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Now we have people on board. Awesome. All right, so I figure we still have like 7 minutes. So was there like anything like weird or exciting that happened with the hour long? It was 30 minutes turned an hour long today, right? That you did?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
After an hour and 9 minutes.
How'd it turn out?
It turned out good, man. It was funny because I talked about free tools, like so all the CRM, email services, and anything dealing with free tools that what we use. And then I wrapped it up with Zapier, and then Canva was the last slide, and like a ton of people. Like I even took them when we talked about Facebook Messenger because I was just elaborating it. Like I'm good at on my feet a little bit, and so all I had were images, like logos on these slides. And so when it got to Facebook Messenger, I sent everybody to like a demo bot I made. So now I got everybody. Yeah. So now I could send them all messages and stuff like that.
So you had like a Bitly link or something, like test out the bot now?
As you know, I'm on the web side of things too. So I actually like set up my domain to be a subdomain.
Gotcha.
So I set up the not Bitly link, but the one that ManyChat gives you to
dot or something like that, right?
Yeah, whatever .mywebsite.com.
Well, that worked, right?
Yeah.
How many subscribers did you get?
It was like 14. It was like there were 15 people in the room.
So 95% of everybody. That's awesome.
All right.
All right. So I guess like we're gonna do this like official kickoff and all that. We've got like 20 people in the room. We've got Jack, Baldeep, Josh, Oscar, Steph, Josh, Shane Hiller, the real estate king, Sean Kang, Emil, totally ruined that name. Tony's watching while he's in traffic. This is super cool. I'm Jeff. This is Andrew Page. This is the Agency Scaling Secrets interview series or whatever we're calling this. Andrew's based out of Georgia, right?
Yeah, just outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, so like a small suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. And you and I have been talking like 5 or 6 months or something like that. And I want to, you tell me if I'm like doing this wrong. Like you're in like a WeWork type thing, trying to build an agency. It's not like official yet. It's not like a big parade or anything, but you've just finished up a kind of like mini presentation tour, right? Like a month ago, you presented to a group of like 10 people in their office. You just finished up a presentation to a real estate Facebook group of 1,100, 1,200 people, right?
Yesterday, yep.
Yesterday. And then just now you finished a free tool seminar with the Small Business Association of like Atlanta, Georgia, something like that, right?
It's a networking group. It's a networking group that has a bunch of locations around South Atlanta.
Perfect. So within like 60 days, you presented like 5 times?
My 5th will be next Wednesday.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, my 5th will be next Wednesday, but I've been pitching people at the end of these to come to the training that I'm redoing the following Tuesday.
Yes. That's awesome.
I already had people like, hey, I'm gonna message you via Facebook Messenger, and we can repeat about the whole bot thing if it wasn't recorded. But I'm gonna send people that link to be able to submit their information to come to the Facebook secrets.
Absolutely beautiful. That's super fucking cool.
So,
I should do this. Yeah. So if you have any questions, now's the time to start dropping them in, because Andrew's going to talk about his experience, the challenges, the concerns. I know that everybody who's watching this now has like concerns of like, how do I present in public? How do I come off as an expert? How do I communicate correctly when all I do is talk about A/B testing and split testing? And Andrew's really taken charge and said, I'm just going to get it done, not worry about like communicating everything, just communicating the right things and picking the audience accordingly. So like, Andrew, like take it off. Tell me what's been going on. What was your experience? How did you land those presentations with the Chamber of Commerce's, all that fun stuff?
Okay, so the first presentation that we did, we spoke on it a little while ago, but I had a connection with a chamber ambassador, and he had a bunch of contacts and stuff like that. And so we opened it up to a bunch of people that we knew, just to get feet wet and stuff like that. And then that went really well. That lasted for 2 hours and 45 minutes. It was only supposed to be an hour long.
Wait. So you knew of a friend, like somebody who ran like a mini chamber, right?
No, he was a chamber ambassador.
Oh, so that's like a real job.
Yeah, they actually helped put together like the ribbon cuttings and all that stuff. So they have access to every chamber member.
Yeah,
basically. So we went out to his direct connections just because I wanted to make sure that I didn't fall on my face the first time I did it. So we had a bunch of people that he knew. And so we got a bunch of people in a room. I did it. I killed it. And, from then on, it was just like, hey, I heard you did, a workshop. And then so we've been punching it out from there. And so just getting out there and setting some dates for some things.
Very cool. But let's spend more time on that first presentation experience. Like,
okay.
Like everyone's afraid like they're going to bomb. It's going to be horrible. Like I'm coaching people through this and they're like, but what if the person in the back room raises like their hand for a really dumb question or something like that? Or do I need any handouts? Like, can you tell us more how that first hour turned 2 hour thing turned out? How many people in the room? What type of questions? Even like what were you presenting to like keep those people enthralled?
Okay, so what I was presenting was actually your 3 secrets to plug for Jeff Miller.
Yeah.
But your 3 secrets, because I asked you if I could use it, and it's slide for slide. I mean, I don't know if you want to hand it out. I have it as a Google link if we want to share it.
I'll drop a link later.
Okay, all right, that's fine. But it's literally his exact slides, but just with my information and my area on it. So, like the slide deck was already made. I didn't have to come up with really anything. So I had already had some results with Facebook ads like 2 years ago, but like no current clients. So I had one really good example. So I started off with that. But, in the entire presentation, nobody asked me about my experience.
Right.
Not one time.
They didn't care like you took 2 years off or you haven't done this, you haven't done that.
No, because I've done more web development and SEO and stuff like that. So like nobody asked me about my experience.
Right. So nobody
doing Facebook ads.
It wasn't like this like person in the back going, yeah, but have you managed $1 million account? Like nobody asked those questions, right?
Nope. They were asking functional questions. And at that point, I tried to make sure that I stayed focused with like not getting into the weeds because, there's so much stuff with Facebook ads. But, keeping with the topic that we were talking about, really helped set the tone with, they were asking questions. And I actually did have one handout, but the handout was of the 6 secrets. So that way I could have them physically make their ad in front of me and then share with the group.
Yeah.
So like that was more of an interactive piece, which helped out. It was not just a time filler, but it was, you cut it out.
All right, wait, hold on.
Are we still live?
We're good. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So like the literal handout, I showed you the PDF, is literally just call out your audience.
Yeah.
Hit the pain point, and all the 6 steps, whatever. And it's just literally the question and an open space for them to write their own answer.
So your handout was just the interactive part of the slide deck, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
That was the only handout that I had.
And they loved it.
They got something to take home with them with my name, phone number, and their already demo ad.
Beautiful. Wasn't there like a lady in there that was like, we do at-home delivery, but never even thought about including that in our ads or something like that?
Yeah, because everyone in the room happened to be from a different industry. So like everyone got to read out what their offer was.
Nice.
And some people were like, no, that's crap. I would prefer, she did promotional products.
Right.
And so she was like, well, I don't know what I would do for free or do as a promotion. And somebody chimed in and was like, well, do you ship for free? And he's like, yeah, I do it all the time. And she's like, and they were like, I would buy from you right now if you ship for free. And I'm like,
perfect.
There's your offer right there from a customer.
Right.
That's why you do customer research. And we got into a whole rant about customer research. So,
and you didn't did you pre-question these people coming in or onboard them or prompt them? Are you having specific problems? Or you just said the chamber guy was just inviting people, right?
We had a questionnaire. I wanted to get at least a little idea of what people were doing. So we just asked some basic questions like, what's your business? What are you looking to learn? And I actually had some topics for some future topics that, hey, what would you like to learn about? And, that was it. It wasn't much of anything. And some people showed up that didn't even fill that out.
Right, which is fine. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, let me see if I got this straight. You
cut out.
Click before to group.
I can't hear you.
Nope, this internet's being bad.
Yep.
Nope. Maybe.
I can hear you.
I
think I'm still live, but your connection's not good. I still don't have you, man. Is everyone else still connected? It can ask a question if you can still hear me. Okay. All right, Jeff is out. So ask questions. I see a question from Josh. Basically, I tried getting – hold on. I think Jeff sent me a message. Basically, I just went out and tried to make connections as I could and kind of strategically found out who, some chamber people were and, what. I just went out and just made a. Oh, Jeff's back. I was answering questions for you, man.
That's so funny. What were you saying? Just go on it. Sorry, my fault.
No, I answered a question from was it Josh? Josh asked the question of how do you get those connections with people? Gotcha. And so I was just telling him that just go out and just try to find those people that are connected with the chamber. I mean, that's just going and talking to people and using your already network to figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, and so you haven't come off 12 months or 2 years of public presentations. You just did it and spoke like a normal human being, right?
Yep.
You don't have to be an expert to present like an expert, right?
No, it was, no, I like speaking in public, but I haven't spoken in front of a group in probably a good 5 years. Actually in front of a live captive audience in about 5 years. So it's been a long time. How do you get I think Rock is asking, how do you actually get your foot in the door with it? Can you hear me, Jeff? Can you still hear me, Jeff? Or am I cutting out? I don't think. Can anybody hear me still? Can somebody comment, yes, you can still hear me, if you can still hear me, or can you hear Jeff? Okay, so, all right. His internet's not doing the best.
For the first interview, it all goes to shit.
Jeez. I had to start answering questions, man.
Go for it.
So go back to your, it's been 5 years since I made the last presentation in front of a crowd.
Yeah, and you just presented like a normal person to 10 people, and then didn't you line up another public presentation, or was there some in that?
There was another public presentation, and then a smaller one, and then I did the one yesterday to realtors. And this is like, we've already had the conversation. And so the first one you do, just do it. Because like, don't worry about offering something at the end. And that's where, like, now I'm starting to get into the mindset of like, what do I offer at the end? And so, but the very beginning, just record yourself. I know it's going to be kind of awkward. The first one I didn't, I wish I had, but the second one I did record. And, you know, I sent it out to a couple people, and it was like, they critiqued me a little bit, but overall, I mean, Jeff, you saw it. I mean, it was, you matched the excitement of the audience, and I mean, everyone was asking questions. Like, not one point did they ask me about my experience,
which is like nuts, because that's like the biggest reason people don't present, because I'm afraid that someone is going to ask some question that I can't figure out, or they're going to ask me about my experience and I feel like a fraud, which never happens. Never happens. And if it does, you just say, I'll take that question offline or something like that. And just for people watching, the screenshot that I put out to everybody, that's your second presentation, right?
Yeah, that's on my second one.
And you look like you're kicking ass and taking it. I mean, you're like 8 feet tall, but like
6'9" to be exact. I'm a giant.
Very cool. Wait, so tell me about the second time. It was like a group of 10 people again. There's some lady from GNC, some real estate agents. Like, how'd that turn out?
Yeah, there was I'm actually trying to figure out how to work with the GNC person. Like, a couple of these projects have landed other things. Like with the GNC person, we've been talking about different ways. I'm helping her set up a what is it, the soap opera sequence for them.
Nice.
But that hasn't happened yet because they have to go through some compliance stuff and their marketing and their corporate whatever. But a couple other people I've done some other little small things for, but I've got my foot in the door with them. So and then to go off of one of the guys that had come before that I talked to actually was in the presentation I did today, and he came back to me and was like, "Dude, we need to talk again."
Wait. So somebody, like a potential client, saw your presentation earlier today?
He was actually in the presentation earlier today.
Nice.
But of a different topic.
Yeah.
So no, and you, Sean Kang, no, you don't have to join the chamber to speak at an event. You just got to ask, because more than likely, unless it's a really big chamber, they're looking for people to talk. And when I was leaving, the people that were doing this organization was like, "We need to have you back already."
That is awesome.
But the thing is, like with this organization, they have like 9 other locations, so I can actually do a circuit of their actual 9 cities that they do.
Like, imagine how much effort you would have to put in if you're cold calling or cold email or cold whatevering to get in front of 10 people and then have one person want to show you off to the whole world. And instead, you did it within 2 presentations?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, one presentation got the chamber ambassador, which then in turn piggybacked into inviting the GNC lady, who happened to be the person that is leader of the organization that I just presented for. Then it is now like, it all ties in together, man. It just so happened to be that. I didn't know. And they actually run another networking group that I've already talked to. I did this presentation today in that group already, and I already met with a guy about doing a different service because he didn't want to do Facebook ads.
Dude, this is awesome. So let me see if I got this straight. You took the slides that you can get on coolbeansdigital.com, and you kind of like mocked them up, same format, but you made them localized to like your area, right?
Yep.
Everyone's afraid of like not being the expert, not having the results, whatever. Nobody cared. Nobody in the room was like, "I hate you." Went well. You get invited to speak again. Is that correct? Then you kick ass and take names again. You film yourself, record yourself doing better. And then somebody in there wants you to speak another one and then do a circuit. And then you presented to a Facebook group of 1,100 realtors?
We did live to their group, and it has 1,100 people in it. But that video stayed as a post. And in the way of like realtors, I know Sean kills it with realtors, but some of the realtors that I've talked to have been like, "Oh, we're just kind of stopping." I'm pretty sure that's a common occurrence for some realtors, but I mean, he knows how to find those. But what I did as an offer to them was like my ClickFunnels affiliate account.
Nice.
So like, hey, we'll help with, I know you don't have access, you have your own website, but do you have a landing page for when you're sending people to offers and stuff like that? And so I haven't had anybody take me up on that, but I've had interest in that from that group.
a monetization strategy or next step or something like that, right?
Yeah, because I get a commission off of if somebody signs up, but then I can actually see who's actually interested in ads. And I can send them an email back and be like, hey, do you need help with that?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, hey, I was offering my services to them. It was like, hey, I'll give you a free realtor funnel if you sign up with my ClickFunnels account.
Nice. Very cool.
I offered that as at the end of it instead of, hey, I can do your Facebook ads. So
right. That is, so if anybody watching this live, so you tell me, Andrew, like the takeaway from anybody watching this live should be like, don't wait until you're an expert to present like an expert. Don't wait until you have results to start presenting. Or is there like something that you wish you had done first and then presented? Or is it just go present, right?
Just go present. You always think about that question in the back of the room. But I mean, if you're really comfortable with everything that you have, if somebody asks you 2 highball questions, just like, hey, I'm saving that for another training.
Nice.
Done. That answers their question. But hey, and that gives you time to 1, answer that question later on, or 2, have another training about it.
Right. Easy. And wasn't like somebody in your first training was like, there's actually another paid training going on that costs like $1,000 or something like that, right?
Yeah, like $1,300.
And you're
in Atlanta.
So this could definitely be like a moneymaker for you, just charging for the ticket, right?
Yeah. And that's what he said. So, he hadn't lied to me before, so I would assume it's correct.
So then so let's talk about like the dollars behind this, because you can't just present for no reason, right? So you now have people that wanted to hire you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Facebook ads. You have people that want you to present, which could turn into paid public speaking, right? You could do like an offer at the end of the event saying, hire me, get my ClickFunnels account, something like that. You could even sell the recordings. Have you like tried with that yet or not yet?
I haven't tried that yet, just because one of my buddies, we just figured out how to do Sling Studio, actually like get the slides onto like the live stream where you click to the computer, basically.
Gotcha.
So that's the next step, is to actually charge, do like what we talked about, charge, and then possibly at the end of it, like, hey, you can have your money back, or I can keep that for the recording.
For anybody watching this, we learned this trick from John Loger, who helped me grow from 8,000 to 25 as an
expert secret right here.
Expert secret. So one of the ways you can easily filter and get people excited about buying, and in that thought process, is saying like, look, I'm going to charge you $50 for the event. If you show up, I will give you the money back. This is simply to make sure that only people in the room are smart, driven, dedicated, and are interested. I don't want people who are just floating around to be in the room. I want smart people who are interested in this only. Great, fine, perfect. I'll give you $50. You get a refund when you go to the event. At the event, you say, hey, I'm going to give you the $50, or you can buy the recordings for $50, so you never have to worry about forgetting something here again. Everybody gets the recordings. So now you've got $50 from every single person going. They're already in the mood of buying. Since you're already starting at a little bit of money, it's easy to move to a lot of money, and you don't have to worry about this like, did you want to buy my recordings? It's like, no, you already give me $50. I'll just like make it easy. But that could be like another like version for like Andrew's presentations, right?
And you show value.
And it's smart. Tell me more about the South Georgia, Atlanta small business free tool presentation or something like that.
Okay, so I actually made this one because I had a bunch of people like that, because I do other things, and so I had a whole bunch of people like asking me, well, integration for like MailChimp and stuff like that, and I literally have about 9 slides that talk about free email tools, email blast tools, CRMs,
right?
Even down to social media, but like each one of them, we touched on, why you need to different things about different ones. So, right. you can go into the depth, you can do MailChimp and talk about the soap opera sequences, which had eyes popping out. Like, what's a soap opera sequence? Had a question about that after the presentation. And then, you go down to, and this was kind of cool on my part. I'd give myself a pat on the back. We got to Facebook Messenger. And we started talking about contacting people, how they want to be contacted. And I sent them to my bot. to now I have their information to then promote my next workshop to them that they haven't seen yet.
So this could mean that they're either going to your next in-person workshop, they're going on your Facebook Live, or you can do like a $50 event, get a ticket, online training type thing, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. And I
go
remember.
ahead. I was gonna say the slides, all they have are logos on them.
That's it. There's nothing.
All they have. All they have are logos. And I was like, I'm pretty good with not improv, but like, but like I will literally post the Google link on this so you can see the very first slide has a list of everything that's talked to, like a list of all the different categories, and then each slide is a different category. It just has logos.
That's crazy. So I was
taking notes like gangbusters.
Are you serious?
Yes. You would be surprised.
That's crazy. We often very often, because we're Facebook first, we try to smart our ways out of this, but we forget that the people that we're teaching don't know anything about this. Like, imagine if you spent like 5 hours discussing the pros and cons of MailChimp versus Constant Contact. Nobody cares, right? But they know the logo. And then you can talk about whatever you want with the logo on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's super awesome.
We ended it with Zapier and Canva.
Did they understand the concept of Zapier, or was it more like stop doing stupid stuff, make it automatic type idea?
That's where I tied in, like, hey, if you want me to help you automate, I will charge you a fee. So, but I put Zapier in there and was like, hey, how many of you guys have multiple ones of these? And you see hands raised. How many of them are connected? Nobody had their hand raised. I'm like, that's a problem.
Right. Because then you're copying and pasting. You have to hire a person to do it. It's the reason why something's not working. Yeah. That's absolutely smart. You know what I really like is like we're testing different ways of monetizing this, either by the recordings or hire me, like a mini course. Like, I think you're going to find that if you spend like 30 minutes a day every day and just do like, here's how to connect MailChimp and Salesforce, or here's how to connect your website to texting, or here's how to write your soap opera sequence, you charge $297. You only need 2 or 3 people to buy it, and all of a sudden you're making $500 a day.
Yep.
That's without being a Facebook ads expert.
That has nothing to do with Facebook ads.
And they love it. That's
yep.
All right. So if you've got any questions or comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, drop them in the questions. I'm going to see if we can go through a couple, including when I broke the internet.
Okay, so Sean Kang said, what are your plans to create new slide presentations? I have 2 slide decks right now. I am working on a third for basically walking people through their analytics. So I'm a numbers person, like even taking it from a Facebook ads perspective.
Yeah.
Sign in Google Analytics and stuff like that. So, and
that is not like, you don't have to be super in depth. It just has to be like a top level point. It'd be like IKEA instructions, right?
Yep. I had a bunch of people ask about that because a lot of people have Google Analytics, which is free, but nobody knows how to I got all this information. What does it mean?
Why is it actionable? Why does it matter? All that stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's because then you can tie that back into, hey, well, this is how much your landing page traffic got. You can compare it to Facebook and your revenue and you name it. I mean, so.
This is so cool. I had no idea you had progressed so much, to be honest. Like, I remember that we were talking 3 months ago, you're like, Jeff, I have no idea what to do. I was like, I got you. Just use these suckers, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was a week between when I gave you the slides and you presented, and then you presented again.
It was 7 days.
And 7 days.
Because remember, I told you that the chamber guy told me you're speaking, and I didn't even have a topic. and then your slide deck came up, and I was like, Jeff, do you mind if I steal this? And you're like, yes, please. So I was like, I went back to him a day later after I got it cleaned up, and so this is now 5 days. Before I'm set to present. I'm like, okay, what if we did 3 secrets on 90% of business owners get wrong about Facebook ads? Right. He's like, perfect, done.
Easy.
All right.
That's super cool. Christian C says, can you tell us more about the presentation you did with the 1,100 realtors? What were the results? How did you cater? What was that presentation like?
Okay, so that Facebook Live was more of an interview, not an interview style, but it was me sitting beside the person that runs the group. And so we happen to know each other, so it worked out really good. But she deals directly with real estate agents.
Yeah.
So, and having heard and been a part of some like talking to real estate agents, and a lot of them are weary to spend money because the revenue side takes a little bit to happen. So I was like, I really don't want to pitch my services because that's probably going to hear crickets unless you're Shane Hilliard or was it Austin? They do no.
Or Shane Hill.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, so what's something low barrier to entry that they will need that I can benefit from? And so I was like, ClickFunnels, they don't have a way of getting access to landing page. I'm gonna give them my link, have them sign up, and I'll give them a free realtor funnel.
Yeah.
So that gets them started. It's $100 a month. It's probably the lowest barrier to entry to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
And I had to put a couple people contact me, but nobody's bit yet. So I'm still working on my offers too. So
you just have to like webinar or weekend webinar Russell Brunson, pitch them 3 expert secrets, and all of a sudden people are going to be buying all your stuff. Like the coolest part is like you literally are getting in front of people that want to buy your stuff. Now you just have to figure out what to sell them. And that process is so much easier than having something to sell and then trying to find someone to sell it to. So you just have to do like 1 or 2 changes, and you're going to be starting like 5, 15, 12, 15, $100,000 billion, right? Simply because you have people ready to buy what you have to sell. So what are like the next big steps for Andrew? Are you going to keep going on like the public speaking circuit? You've got an opportunity to do like 9 presentations. What's like your big next steps, Harry, audacious goals, all that stuff?
Okay, so the next big step is to do the 9, but then also come up with a third slide. And so to do a third slide deck that kind of ties into everything. That obviously working on Google Analytics, but that might be a little too high level for some people. So I might work on something that's a little bit higher level than the 3 secrets, but not giving away everything. But working on that, and then I have I have 2 clients that I'm meeting with tomorrow. One's going to be tough because she found me. I don't know how she found me. She didn't say. But she's a chiropractor on the north side of town that's surrounded by chiropractors. Like there's so many chiropractors around there, but she's already been pitched and already leery about $1,200 a month. Right. So I'm gonna go take my my grocery. Was it the laundry list?
Laundry list, shopping list, something like that.
The shopping list. I'm gonna take the shopping list up there and see if we can close the deal.
Here's like the part. And I was yelling about this yesterday, like stop cold emailing, stop cold calling, go meet real people in person. Because if she's going to spend, let's just say $1,200, she'd rather spend it with a person she can choke than a random person halfway across the world. So like the best person to get that account is you. And honestly, let's say you do $1,000 a month. Who cares? You're going to find more stuff to sell, more stuff for her to buy. You can do the call center, you can do the sneaky survey, you can do a soap opera sequence. And as long as she likes you, now you've got other selling opportunities with other people as well. That's super cool.
She asked me specifically what my Facebook pricing was, and I was like, well, I can't do that over time because I really need to talk to you about your goals.
Yeah.
Shut it down from right there. She's like, oh, okay, good. When do you want to meet?
Yes.
All right, let's meet tomorrow.
Do you think this was connected to the public presenting, or do you think the public presenting will help you nail that account?
I think the public presenting will help me nail that account because she found me online. So unfortunately, I don't know that I have a tie with presenting with that, but like the presenting will definitely help me out with closing her.
Beautiful.
But the presentations help me reconnect with a guy in town who's a chiropractor. He came up after this free tools presentation, was like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Nice. So what's really, really cool is with that guy, he could be talking about Facebook ads. You could be talking about MailChimp, soap opera sequence, automation, Zapier. Like, if all you're doing is selling Facebook ads, you're missing on like 5 other selling opportunities, right? Yeah. So this would be literally paying you an F ton of money for something other than Facebook ads. So don't worry if you don't have chiropractic results on Facebook ads, because you could set up Zapier and MailChimp.
Breaking up again. You need to pay your internet bill.
Gosh darn it. I'm trying not to curse anymore. This is super cool. I'm super psyched for you. If somebody is just starting out, nope.
choppy, man.
Oh my God. Okay. If someone is just starting out, what advice do you have for them?
Just do it. I mean, well, we're going to put a link to the slides. Like, go through the Facebook. Like, literally, I just screenshotted the general settings for Facebook and just put the images in. Outside of that, everything else is written.
Absolutely super cool.
It is really.
Hold on. If anybody has any less questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, we're ending in about 3 minutes. So now's the time. Denise says, how did Andrew get the group together to speak to them?
Well, the first one was through a connection. The next one was through like me going asking people as well.
Did you leverage the first one, or that was just like?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I leveraged the first one, and I reached out to those people and said, hey, do you know of somebody that would benefit from this? To the people that were already there.
That's super awesome.
And one of the guys that was in my first training said he wants to come to my next one because he was like, there's always stuff to know.
Yeah, there's always extra.
I told him that it was going to be the exact same thing. And he's like, I don't care. I'm coming back.
That's super awesome. So I think your next best awesome steps are really to find a monetization strategy. But what's really cool is because you're presenting as a real life human being that does more than just Facebook ads, you can do strategy sessions, coaching, consulting, you can do technical work, you can do the automation, we'll build your slide decks for you. You've got like dozens of selling opportunities because you're going in there as a real life human being and then, like you said, trying to figure out the result that they want and trying to solve their problem. So I'm super psyched for your future. This is so awesome.
So David asked, like, I didn't walk into the local business. I tried to, like, for example, I know of a merchant services guy around here who actually put me in, like, try to find people that do business with businesses. And so show them your value first. And then be like, hey, do you think your clients would be interested, would benefit from something like this? And they actually like went out to their clients and were like, hey, you need this. So when I walked into a couple businesses, like, hey, you want to come to and not so many words, but you want to come to a Facebook secrets training? They're like, yes.
That's so cool.
So
you're targeting, and like very often I get the excuse of like, I'm in a rural area, this won't work for me. You're also kind of in a rural area, right?
Yeah. There's no excuse. You can find somewhere. Me and my wife have one car, and I still make it happen.
Beautiful. No excuse.
Like, I'm in a rural area that, I'm saying the county probably has 100,000 people. Maybe.
I've got a guy in New York that's complaining there's not enough business, and you're running around town in a rural area saying, no, there's a lot of business. I just have to go find them.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
The 9 areas around are all areas kind of like mine, too. So it's like all these local businesses in these different areas, too.
Kicking ass into names. This is so cool. So that's it. That's the 30 minutes. I try to keep these things short. Andrew, thanks for being a good sport with all this. I'm super psyched for the future. This is going to be on the replay somewhere on the agency scaling secrets group or something like that. Steve says his county has 10,000 people. Tough, Steve. No excuses. So thanks for everybody for joining. That's it. Andrew, I'm going to give you a call after this is done. See you guys later. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yep.